Hey, HCDA, and welcome back to Corsair Cove, where I'm trying to do everything at the same time, and as a result, even though I have 1100 players on my island, I still am not producing enough to do everything I want. However, last episode was mostly spent on getting eye patch production up and running and finding out where to find tobacco, which we both have plenty of now. So I can start making some buccaneers for Scarlet ship over here. However, in order to do that, I am going to need a marketplace and a barber surgeon in a better location. And I actually kind of want to upgrade the ship as well, because that's actually kind of inconvenient. Right now, this is a Prowler. However, I do have the Prowler Plus unlocked as well. And this ship is just strictly better than the normal level 4 one. So what I kind of need to do is, I don't know, scuttle the ship. We do have that option, but we first need to fire the crew. That's gonna take a whole bunch of cohesion out of that, but I think we can do that without too much issue. Oh, it's actually just 25, so that's okay. Then we dismantle the ship and we start ship construction, and this time we're building the Prowler Plus. Do we have everything we need for that? Yes, we do. So while that is building, let me build a barber surgeon. There is actually one over there as well, but I guess it's just too far away from the base over here. Yeah, it's actually just outside of that reach, so we're gonna have to relocate that. Well, we don't actually have enough people available to fill the full crew, so I'm gonna fire Charlie's crew over here. It's gonna take me 45 cohesion, but we have plenty to spare, so for the moment I think we'll be fine. And then we can go to this ship over here. And who is going to be the captain of the ship? I'm actually thinking about Charlie, because she has a speed bonus and maneuverability bonus. And maneuverability is kind of the strong suit of the ship. Scarlet was on here before, mostly because I actually don't know. Yeah, it might make more sense to have Charlie on this ship. Honorata is also a very good option as well, but I think we also are very close to completing another deed for doing events with Charlie, so let's just stick with that for the moment. Yeah, we only need 3 more events with Charlie. Apparently this has been one of my favorite captains, since I don't think we have done so many events with anyone else, but it is what it is. We'll just keep going with Charlie. And I think it makes sense to center in the direction of Blackwater, because we have tobacco over there, and that's going to be one of the main things we need in order to keep these buccaneers happy. Interestingly enough, I actually assumed that the tobacco consumption was going to be 1 per minute for every member, but it seems it's only a half per minute for every member, so that's considerably less, and honestly a lot more convenient as well. Now let me check, how is that with the eye patch though? It's actually the same thing. So these more advanced shipmates are definitely more complex in terms that you need more advanced materials for them, but they're actually relatively cheap. Meanwhile, I'm gonna cheat a little bit with Kanji. That seems like a thing he would do anyway, and just outright buy some crew for his ship. Now that is going to give me an additional a little bit of crew, and that's going to make my life a lot easier in terms of doing some of these raids and stuff as soon as they come off cooldown. And I'm going to do the same with Enrique's ship as well. So now we have all our ship again completely filled with crew, without having that drifter issue that we had before. It did cost quite a bit of coin, but it is what it is. You have to do what you have to do. Time to discover a new region.
Blackwater was a haven for buccaneers once, but it's now under the thrall of the Crown's lapdogs, pirate hunters.
In my childhood, Blackwater was a shelter for free sailors.
Bah! Another so-called pirate utopia. Another complete failure.
I say it's time for the pirate hunters to get their comeuppance.
It's not like we have some kind of moral high ground.
Okay, well, this is interesting. Okay, and we apparently get the choice between a couple of different contracts that we can pick, either in the seafaring direction or in the Empire direction. Now, we actually got so many points in the Empire last time. I'm inclined to go for this one, because the fall of Blackwater began when the Crown offered a pardon to any pirate willing to betray their brethren. But there are ways to make that deal feel much less appealing. We challenge the most prominent hunter, or we go after the contract itself. In hindsight, because I have a Prowler Plus, which is in the direction of the Empire upgrades anyway, this might be the easiest one to complete for the moment. And we have about equal points between these two anyway. Yeah, okay. So let's go after the contract itself.
Their own kind had to sign the crown's pardon. Now, we could destroy that document.
Okay, so we're gonna go after the contract. Now, let me see. There are some drifting castaways over here. That is quite nice. So we're definitely gonna have to pick that up. We have a level 4 hunter quest over here that we don't have the stats for at all. We definitely do have enough to do the treasure cave and get 5,000 tobacco. That's gonna make sure we have plenty of stuff for our buccaneers. And actually, it might make sense to do that with this ship, so it's actually in the harbor next to where the tobacco needs to go. So I think this is a very natural starting point for Charlie over here. Now, let's see, what else do we have? We have a merchant ship over here that's going to give us a lot of money. We could also do a level 3 raid over here for 90 drifters. Oh, this is a repeatable one. Ooh, okay, hold on. I think I already sent Enrique in this direction. Yeah, I did. Does he have the stats to do this? He has a little bit low armor, but he has way more than enough gun damage. So we might actually be able to do both of these things. No. Hold on. I want Enrique to do... Oh, actually, I had the wrong captain selected. So, yeah, he has way more than enough stats to do that.
Don't have all day.
And we can actually send Kanjay after the merchant ship while we're at it. So we're just going to raid everything on this particular side. Is there anything in particular that we would need Timothy to do? I don't think so. We have a paper trail. We have... Ooh, Alexandre Fakulin, Master Surgeon. We have a couple of events here to trigger as well. Is there no cities here? There's a city here that we don't have access to for some reason. We have a friendly port, so that's really convenient. Why can't I send you over there? I actually don't know. Where are you going right now then? Oh, your ship is still being repaired. Okay, so we're just gonna have to wait for that a little bit. Oh, fun fact that I hadn't actually realized, but because some ships are a lot faster than others, they actually move faster across the map as well. I mean, it makes sense. I hadn't actually realized, though, that these stats also apply to things outside of the events themselves.
Bring this plunder back to our ship.
Okay, well, that's 5,000 tobacco. As soon as I bring that back, that's going to take care of the support for our buccaneers for a very long time. Well, we might as well pick up the castaways while we're at it as well. I can actually pick up 150 of them if I take another cohesion loss. It's a resource, so we might as well spend it. Speaking of which, we have a event over here for the main quest that is actually completely tied to the ship Kanjay is sailing. He doesn't have the perfect stats, he's a little bit low on gun damage, but he has plenty of everything else. So I think I'm gonna send him to the port to stock up on, people and supplies. And then we'll send him right back into this event and see if we can finish it. Oh.
The Kraken hunt is about to begin. Woo-wee!
Excellent. I assume we are invited.
More than that, we're the ones who will deliver the final blow.
Don't have all.
The daredevils will drive the beast in our direction. We'll ambush it, finish it off.
Understood. I can't wait to examine the carcass afterwards.
Okay. Well, it seems we're going Kraken hunting.
Let's cut it off!
I love these events, to be honest. They are very well done. The sounds are nice, the visuals are nice. The game itself, maybe not the most enticing every now and then, but all in all, it's not that bad. So, let's see if we can defeat a Kraken. Okay, apparently we're being attacked by several creatures at the same time, and I'm taking a fair amount of damage. What
Do
the?
not falter under her gaze. We are done for.
Well, okay then. This is gonna be interesting. Well, it looks like we're gonna make it after all, so...
There she goes.
I took quite a bit of damage.
Was this a warning?
if this was a warning, then I don't want to know what happens after that. But okay, the onslaught of the sea beast subsides with the Deep Queen's departure. We came face to face with the ruler of the depths, and its eyes were filled with cold and alien malice. It seems that we are not the hunters today, but the prey.
All day.
Well then, I think we are gonna send Kanjay back to the friendly town to recuperate there for a moment.
The bloody Deep Queen herself. Never thought I'd face that monstrosity.
Aye, what a sight. She commanded the other beasts. How does she do it?
Nobody knows for certain. The daredevils believe it is the gemstones growing from her head.
Interesting. What do you think it would take to meet this creature again?
Do it, shall we?
The Deep Queen has it out for the daredevils. I'd say she'll come to us. We best be prepared for that.
Okay, we postpone our hunt for the Kraken spawn and set our sights on bigger challenges. The Deep Queen has issued a challenge to the daredevils and to us, one that we're all too eager to meet, with better ships. That sounds about right.
Wise to challenge that blasted mermaid queen on Arata?
She's the one who issued the challenge. We're simply preparing to meet it.
We have enough enemies above the seas. What makes you think we need them below as well?
You'll have to think bigger than that, Rambulian. What if this is exactly the discovery we've been waiting for? What if mastering one foe will give us the means to take care of the other?
Fair point. I mean, let me check the journal now though, because that means we are now very close to finishing the seafaring questline and win the game. So complete all 5 principal quests in one path to claim your victory. Prove yourself a pirate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 2 more quests. We did 3 now apparently, but yeah, we're making some pretty decent progress. In the meanwhile, we can also start our ambition in time. The pirate hunters of Blackwater may pose a threat to our community. We need to find a way to break their cartel. Divided, they'll never be more than a small thorn in our side. So this is going to start that quest line. And in order to complete that quest line, apparently what we need to do is do some raiding. Unfortunately, my ship is not quite good enough for that. So let's return to pier and hopefully we can soon upgrade our destroyer ship to something a little bit more suitable to deal with these quests. We also arrive at Alexandra Vaculen, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, Master Surgeon, and apparently if we just give him some coin, he's gonna give us a whole bunch of crew. Is this a repeatable event? Looks like it is. Oh, every 15 minutes? I'm not sure if we're ever gonna be able to get like 3 drifters every 15 minutes, but if that's the case, that's gonna be awesome. Okay, Charlie has returned with all the tobacco in the world, apparently, and that also means that if I now go to my barber surgeon, to my marketplace, I can hook it up to this supply that is right over here. We can probably do a little bit better than that. Hold on. So, do we have some money? Yeah, we do actually have some money as well. So what I would like to do is build an aerial lift from here to here. And that should make that route a lot more efficient. There we go, now it's green. So what the benefit is of running around with a Prowler Plus ship is that I can actually take on some of these missions here as well, because Charlie is now well enough equipped to actually handle a mission that is intended for a destroyer, because she has enough maneuverability and armor to do that. So I think I'm just gonna send her right back over there and deal with that, and then maybe after enough time passed, how long is she actually gonna take? Like 8 minutes? I was about to say maybe we can actually do this one as well, but I might also be interested in just checking this area out, see, because this is a mermaid's atoll. Huh. Well, mermaids sound like something we want to visit as well, so we are pretty much just going to do a whole bunch of exploring around the place and seeing if there's more interesting quests that we can pick up. And finding the contract was actually a very short and easy quest to just do a couple of raids, and thanks to our actions, the arrangement between the Crown and the Pirate Hunters is a thing of the past. Many of them quietly flee the region, and we get another 2 Empire Principal points and some cohesion back, so we're now closing in on 300 again. Oh, and apparently a delegation from Blackwater reaches our shores. Now that most of the Pirate Hunters are gone, the locals are looking up to us for their protection, even offering a fair amount of coin. What should we tell them? We can either tell them to pay us a lot, or we ask them to bring us more drifters, or we can let them give us a whole bunch of tobacco, but we have 10,000 of that by now. So, I have a whole bunch of people going back to my island right now as well, by the way, so I'm not sure we need even more drifters. But we can always use more gold, so let's go for that option for the moment. Oh, interesting, and now we can do some bounty hunting here. So we can either pick a bounty for Pretty Boy Shaw, it's going to give us 200 coins, or Cutthroat Adams, 250 coins, or Mad Dog Langella, 300 coins. Well, let's start with the easy one. Does that mean we just get a ship somewhere?
The black spot is not delivered lightly. Whoever receives that part deserves what's coming.
I am not entirely sure where that quest is going to lead us. Hold on, let's see. So, where? Oh, he is actually in a different region of the map. That's interesting. Can we also just pick up the other ones? Let me see. If I reassign you to here for a moment and then reassign you here again. Can I just pick up another quest? No, it also has a cooldown of 15 minutes. So with the seafaring point that we just gained from ambushing another merchant ship, I think it might actually be interesting to pick up the quartermaster. This is going to give us cohesion for every discovery event. Now that is going to add up over time because there's quite a few of these that we have, because every time we leave an area of the map for a little while, it's a new discovery event to unlock it, so we get some gold for that because we have all of those crow's nests. But on top of that, that also means that it's an easy way to gain back some cohesion. But unfortunately, I actually need a building material for this that I don't have yet. So now we have access to some people again, I think it's time to start up some more production lines. First and foremost, we're gonna have to start building some ink production. I actually don't know why we have people that require ink in this particular region, and apparently one of the buildings is using this. But most importantly, what we need is some ink for the people, the navigators on our level 4 ships. So considering, I think we have ships both here and here that are going to require that ink, ideally I would build the ink production somewhere over here. Alright, there we go. We have a pigment maker, and one pigment maker is actually enough to feed into 4 of these ink makers for a total of about 60 ink per minute. So that should be enough to keep about 120 of those pirates happy, I guess. I don't have those pirates yet because I actually need to start upgrading my destroyer ship, but in order to do that, I think I need another material that I don't have access to just yet. Let me double check. So the Destroyer Plus needs what? Pitch. Yeah, and we don't have that yet. Ah, yeah, right. And the pitch was the one that required all the wood and then some stone, and we can make some tar as a result of that. Gonna need a pretty decent amount of fertile land as well as some stone nearby. This is stone, right? Yeah, so I guess this central pillar is gonna make a pretty decent location. Alright, there we go. I have a tar boiler with all the things like a tarn kiln, a char burner, and a cooper, along with a couple of woodcutters to supply all of that. And this should start producing a fair amount of pitch. Again, this is a production material, so we don't need too many of it, but it is going to be stored up in this warehouse to go wherever it needs to go. And in order to make sure that that's being done somewhat efficiently, I now have several of these elevators and things like that all around. Honestly, I should probably have used the zip lines from the get-go a little bit more aggressively. They are really cheap, and I only have 6 apparently throughout my entire base, but you can really speed up things with a minimal cost. The elevator goes both directions and is also a very efficient way to go up and down a mountain. Of course, the aerial lift is by far the most efficient because it goes in all directions. You can place it like between cliffs and stuff like that, but it's super expensive as well. So if you're looking at this and you haven't optimized your base just yet, make sure you use plenty of those all around. Now, let's see, what's next? Right, I think it's time to start upgrading my destroyer into a destroyer plus. We should now have enough pitch to do that, so even though this is going to take a minute, we will then have another ship ready and good to go. Okay, and with that ship in production, as well as all the eye patches and what is it, tattoo ink that we need, we should be recalling our ships and restocking our ships with some more advanced crew. Alright, there we go. That is 4 ships completely stocked up on the maximum crew. And that does mean I'm gonna have to keep an eye on my tobacco and my wine. But other than that, we should be fine. Now, what are you complaining about? You're actually low on eye patches. How are you low on eye patches? We should have plenty of that stuff. Let me double check. My barber surgeon is over here. Actually, the fetchers are still working on that, but yeah, that should be taken care of momentarily. Now, speaking of which, we have 7 deeds completed. We have 50 buccaneers. We apparently built enough elevators and pitch. We also have more events completed with Charlie. We have 50 navigators as well. We have aerial lifts and a couple of efficient trade routes now to marketplaces because we're actually utilizing those. That is another 9 points we can spend. And honestly, those points are gonna go into things that make my upkeep easier. So Buccaneer Grill production sounds like something that is amazing. Honestly, anything that goes into the production of herbs as well as boots sounds amazing as well. Let's see, do we have anything else we can spend here? No, we have some points we can spend over here actually. So, increasing my elevators might be interesting. Now, we have unlocked the level 5 ship here already. Let's see, we can make a building to make telescopes without rating for lenses. I think that's gonna tie into the production for the next tier of pirates, which of course also means we're gonna pick up the weaponsmith production increase. A lot of this stuff actually doesn't really matter. Anything that upgrades your basic construction materials, like for example stones and stuff like that, it's not really needed. Same for intermediates, that's just messes up the ratios in your production chain, so I don't think that's particularly needed. I am gonna increase my steel foundry production a little bit because I think that's gonna be useful as a next construction material, although I just said you shouldn't upgrade that. Do as I say, not as I do, I guess. And what are we gonna be spending this one on though? I mean, maybe on the zip lines? We're not using that many zip lines though. I could use my upgraded campfire production, I guess, just to make sure we don't run out of food anytime soon. Yeah, that is 9 points spent, maybe not on the most interesting stuff, but definitely useful stuff. And all of that should set us up to do some massive event clearing in the next episode. So if you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more. If you're still here, you are awesome, and I definitely hope to catch you in the next one.